A's pitching, filthy. A's bats, loud. A's fans, let's ride. Today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. I am your host, Booney. One name, all passion, no filter. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. And tonight, oh yeah, we're celebrating. The A's kicked off their series against the Diamondbacks with a 5-1 win. That was part statement, part sneak peek into the future, from Jacob Lopez dealing early to the much anticipated MLB debut of 21-year-old flamethrower Luis Morales, ranked 3 on the A's prospect list. This wasn't just a win, it was a blueprint. This team is young, hungry, and starting to turn the corner right in front of our eyes. This episode is brought to you in part by 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. Go to 5hourenergy.com today and use my promo code LOCKEDONGolf to receive 20% off your order. Only valid through September 30th. Order transfusion-flavored 5-Hour Energy shots today. On today's show, we are breaking down every angle, how Lopez set the tone, how Langeliers and Soderstrom came up clutch, and how Morales showed flashes of future ace potential? Maybe. We also talk about the swagger this team is starting to carry and what it means for the rebuild timeline. Vegas isn't waiting for 2028. The kids are already here and they're making noise. Let's absolutely get into it. What do you guys got? Happy Friday night. Jesus, where is the flag? How are you, buddy? Good to see you, man. Yeah, right off the bat, it was just something the A's haven't done all year long. Lopez started the ball game smoothly. Marte flies out to left. And yeah, sure, this Diamondbacks team is definitely a seller during this deadline, no question about it. And they're not the same Diamondbacks team that we saw in the World Series a couple years ago, no question about it. But what does remain the same is Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll at the top of their lineup. There's no question about it. We have something with Lopez. I agree with you, Jay Rodriguez. Absolutely, man. And it was good. And when he does not walk batters, he is slick. It was his 13th start of the year. He came into the game with a 3-6 record, 4.29 ERA. And right off the bat, he's throwing strikes, right? Marte flies out to left. Carroll pops out to third. And sure, Perdomo, solid hit to right. Gurriel legs out an infield single. But Lopez has had a knack to strike out hitters. He freezes Tyler Locklear with a backwards K to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the first, 1-0. And right off the bat, now let's keep things in a perspective, right? Anthony DeSclafani is nothing, worth talking about too much. Although he was pretty solid with the Twins about 6 years ago. He went on to the Giants. He signed with the Giants. He got shelled with the Giants. And then he's been bouncing around ever since. So it wasn't like a situation where we're facing some sort of ace pitcher. But with that being said, we took care of business. And against teams and pitchers that are struggling, you don't want to give them any type of, hope. Something we should have done earlier in the season with a guy like Jason Alexander when we played Houston and Sacramento. If you have a pitcher you think you can get to, you take advantage of them. You attack them. You get all over them. That's what we did today. What's up, Bamboo? Good game, for sure. Siphon, absolutely solid. Senior, I'm here and I'm pumped. The Sac Days are pitching. Looking for the Good for you, man. Good. It should be fun tomorrow, man. Zach Gallen's on the hill tomorrow against JT Ginn. That'll be a great game to go to, senior. And right off the bat, the A's came out swinging against Anthony DeSclafani. Lawrence Butler, when he has at-bats like this, he looks good, man. Back-to-back singles by Butler and Kurtz to start the game, and they set the table for Rooker. And it was huge. Butler went first to third on Kurtz's base hit. Rooker came up, and something the A's have been doing for most of the season is striking out in this scenario. We have not done a good job of getting runners home first and third in less than 2 outs. Rooker, disciplined as can be, goes the other way. Sack fly, 1-0. Langeliers, first pitch, bomb. The kid's been absolutely on fire. Got to give a lot of credit to Langeliers. He's been hitting the ball, man. 2-run shot, and Soderstrom's starting to hit the ball again. Everything's coming together a little bit for the bats. Excuse me. With no one on, you'd think, no one on, Soderstrom, you'd figure the inning would just wrap up. But no, Soderstrom, double. Carlos Cortez, I told you guys about Carlos Cortez. The kid's been hitting, man. The kid's a player. Clutch RBI single. Makes the score 4-0, just like that. Sack fly by Rooker, 2-run bomb by Shea, and a line drive base hit by a Cortez to drive home Soderstrom after a 2-out double. Awesome, man. Awesome. RD Boss! Time for some fun, man. 100% fun. Yeah. It was fun tonight. Tonight was a comfy win. Never felt like the game was in jeopardy. We haven't had too many of these, have we, Cage? We haven't had too many of these, man. Richie, on pace for that second. Hey, I'm not talking playoffs, guys. Let me have fun. Let's have fun with this. One game at a time. I told you, I'll start talking playoffs if we win the next 5 in a row. We're a long way from that. But it was good. You know what was good about tonight? Hey, Arizona came in. They just sold half their team. They have a pitcher that's ERAs over 5. He's a journeyman Major League Baseball player, pitcher that you think we need to get to. And we took care of business. And that's what good teams do, man. They jump all over teams like that. They take care of business. You have no doubt. Like you said, it was never a game that you felt in jeopardy. Jacob Lopez was good, man. Of course, we needed the Mariners lose, make Stunnies fun to watch again, but nope, Texas chokes. I'm not even thinking playoffs, guys. It's fun to get these wins. I'm a very rare diehard Giants fan, but I'm following with the A's because I live in Davis and I've wanted an MLB stadium sack for years. I can't say I will stay a fan when they moved, but all right. Comfy win indeed. Wouldn't even use Miller. Miller probably would have come in, man. But that bullpen's doing a job. You got to give a lot of credit to Alvarado, and you got to give a lot of credit to Newcomb. Newcomb has been pitching lights out as of late. My first eye check of Morales instantly reminded me of Juan Cruz. Interesting. Right now, I am all in. I want nothing more than the Sac A's to make a legit playoff run in 2 years. As well as the Nats. Did you see Gel's line yesterday? Yeah, I saw his line yesterday. I saw his line tonight too, RD. I saw his line tonight too. So, we got to kick back on Geloff. Until Geloff's hitting 300 in AAA, did he walk it off in the 10th as soon as I say something? What did Geloff end up going tonight? And when I saw him, he was 0 for 4. When I saw him, he was 0 for 4. What did he do? I'm rooting for Geloff. I mean, we need a good Geloff. But the Geloff talk until the kid's hitting 300. What did Geloff do? I'm at the wrong game. That doesn't help. There it is. Reno. Wrap. Let's see what old Geloff did tonight. We need a good Geloff. I mean, that's for sure. And that game is not popping up for right now. 2 for 5. Okay. 2 for 5. Solid. But what is he still hitting like 230, 235? Geloff needs some time. And he needs the full gear in AAA. He needs to keep on getting at bats and getting reps. He needs to put in some work and rehab and do whatever he needs to do to get right in the offseason. And he needs a good spring training. But right now, where I see it, Geloff needs to do a lot of work just to make the roster next year. Right now, he's way behind. As far as a Max Muncy and a Geloff, if they're looking at second base, and I got a ton of second basemen I'd put ahead of Geloff. He's still, I'm not there with Geloff, guys. I'm not there with Geloff. Going to the Aviators game tomorrow, that's awesome, man. So you tell me how you think Geloff looks. Maybe I'm off. I've seen Geloff a number of times this year, a number of times for the last 3 years, guys. What am I talking about? And last year was extremely painful. And I defensively, Geloff's at a whole new level. 2 for 6, 2 RBIs, a run. He's hitting 255. Okay. He didn't strike out. That's the main number I want to see with Geloff. If he cuts down on his strikeouts, you could tell he's taking it to a new level. I want Geloff to cut down on the strikeouts. Mitch Spence got rocked tonight. Henry Bolte's looking better. I'm surprised he's doing as well as he's doing. Susak with 3 hits. McIver 2 hits. That's great. Good. It's a good win for the Aviators too. 10-9. Muncy's supposed to be coming back sooner than you think. I think in the next few weeks, Bill, if I had to guess, towards middle end of August for Muncy. How does post-trade deadline work for release players? Yankees release Stromans. Can Thames pick them up? Yes, I believe so. I don't know if we want Stroman. What good Stroman going to do for us right now? I mean, what did you want to hit? Try the rookies, those type of guys. I don't know if I want Stroman, but for me, all of a sudden, what Stroman's taking like Morales' spot or someone like that. I'm calling a good run for sure. Take care of Arizona. They take care of the Nats, then Baltimore. And we get revenge on them. I tell you, the team I'm scared of in that right now is Baltimore. Baltimore's playing some great ball. Baltimore's playing some really, really good ball. Booney, wild card yet? Nope, not talking wild card. What's the word on Denzel? Denzel was at the ballpark today, and he was taking swings. I think Denzel's like maybe a week or 2 away. I don't think Denzel's too far away whatsoever. Stroman is cooked. Agree. I mean, you think we want an attitude-filled veteran baseball player right now? I'm cool. Later, Stroman. Hey, how about the Yankees signing Camilo Duvall? How'd that work out? How'd that work out for Camilo Duvall and the Yankees? Mason Miller gave up a couple hits tonight. I don't know, guys. I'm going to take a quick break here, but Mason Miller got hit in the 9th. He didn't give up any runs, but Camilo Duvall got rocked. He gave up the loss. That was kind of fun to see. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't sad about that. Let's put it that way. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. It brings the bold grape, ginger, and lime flavor of your favorite golf drink, minus the alcohol, into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you are sinking birdies or just making memories with friends, this one is a hole-in-one for your energy game. Let's be honest, some days on the course or off it, you just need that extra boost to stay sharp and energized. The wildest moment I ever had on the golf course was a par 3 145 yards, tree to the left, 8-iron. I bounce it right off the tree, deflects right into the hole. True story. Luck for sure. Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. Of course, the great ginger lime flavor gives you the best part of your clubhouse go-to without chasing down the Bev Card girl. If you go to 5hourenergy.com today, that is the number 5hourenergy.com. You can use my promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. This offer is only valid until September 30th. On one order, cannot be used with other promotions. The code is not good on subscription orders. Whether you are meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36, get the energizing boost you need to power through. Order transfusion flavored 5-hour energy shots today. What do you got here? My A's. No, not for the A's. Stroman is not a good locker room guy. That's what I heard too. I'm thinking more of a wild card team in need of a desperate for any pitching. I mean, let's not talk wild card right now. I mean, I talk wild card for 4 months. I'm enjoying the year, but it's nice that we're playing good ball. We're playing loose, right? Somebody from our offense differently is always doing it. It's Rooker, it's Kurtz, it's Soderstrom, it's Langeliers. Everyone's contributing, man. The pitching has been outstanding. The bullpen's really, really been good. The defense has been amazing. The at-bats are getting better. Good for these guys, man. They've earned it, man. They've earned it. What's the over-under that Gio hits the... Hey, man, how bad is Gio? How bad... How bad is Gio? Hey, I don't think Gio's hit a ball to the warning track this year. I'm being dead honest. You find me a tape or a bat where Gio Urshela has hit a ball to the warning track, I will say you're lying. I don't think he's hit a ball to the warning track. There was a few at-bats tonight where I didn't even think he was trying. I mean, he chased one slider so bad out of the zone. And it was one of those deals where everybody was hitting. I mean, everybody was hitting. And Gio comes up, K. I mean, you just know, or lazy fly ball. I mean, the guy just don't have a prayer, man. I mean, where did Gio bat in the order tonight, too? You guys are killing me with the Gio stuff. Gio batted 1, 2, 3, 4, right in the middle of the order, man. 6th. Oh, man, we are going to Cook in Vegas. I'm super excited to see our guys try. It's fun. It's fun, man. The new Yankees relievers got 2 in a good. Yes. That makes my day, man. Move Baez up to AAA. I mean, if he's going, I'm not opposed to that, Jern. But I'm always a proponent of like, hey, if you're in AA or whatever you may be, dominate there. If you dominate there, go to AAA. You go to AAA, you dominate in AAA, you go up to the big leagues. Personally, guys, I didn't like Morales getting called up. That was my personal opinion. I have an old school thinking, just like you need to earn it, right? And Morales, for me, hasn't earned it. He has not dominated AAA. He still has an ERA well in the mid-4s. Sure. He's been great of late out of the pen. But tonight was the same old Luis Morales I've seen all year. He lacked command. He lacked control. He got hit hard. He was lucky only to give up 3 hits and 1 run. He got hit real hard tonight. Listen, it was his major league debut. I'm not going to be hard on the kid. I'm not at all. I just don't think he was ready to come up. You got to dominate AAA before you earn the right to come up. That's me. And I feel the same way about Geloff as well. And for that matter, everybody. Dominate AAA. If you can dominate AAA, come on up. Duran's debut for Philly was awesome, but weird to watch. I feel bad for those Twins fans. Yeah, they sold the whole... I mean, they were in it too, man. They were in the fight. You guys see they moved... It's been $2 billion forever, Senior. I mean, Fisher announced that a while ago. I mean, I think it's going to end up being like $2.3 billion, all said and done. It doesn't matter. It's it's a done deal. But yeah, I saw that. But but Fisher announced that a while ago. He said he anticipated the plan to be over $2 billion. How that came out to be news today, I was surprised and not surprised. Can't win at Sutter. It was all mental. It's a tough ballpark to navigate through. Yeah. Mariners walked off the Rangers. I saw that. How'd that game end? Anyone know? Was it a 2-run bomb or something? Is Urias worth the re-sign a vet to keep around the? I like Urias. I think so. How much has he come in hand this year? I think Urias has been great this year. He's always kind of getting it done. Who do you think will win the division this year? It's going to be close between Seattle and Houston. Don't count out Texas. Don't count out Texas. I mean, if you got guys like DeGrom and Evaldi, it's pretty damn good. Who do I think starts Sunday? Is that what you're saying? When I heard Kotze today in his interview, it sounds like it's going to be Perkins. It sounds like he's going to give the ball to Perkins, which I'm very, very excited about. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he's going to give Perkins the ball. We'll see. Kelly's going to be the closer. Perkins is going to get the start. And then, we see what we're doing with the bullpen right now. If that's what you're asking, Bill. Urias is definitely worth the re-sign. Yeah. I like Urias a lot. You don't want to re-sign? You guys don't want to re-sign Urshela? I'm excited to see Miller pitch in October. Let's hope he has success. He got hit tonight. Miller got hit tonight. 2-run bomb. Who hit it? Was it the big dumper? Was it the big dumper? But hey, our bats were going off today, man. Good at bats. Happy for Butler. Butler had great at bats for the most part tonight. Soderstrom was awesome tonight. Morales' Vegas number are squeezed by 2 starts where he gave up 6 earned runs. His other 14 appearances have been nice. I hear you, Siphon. I know. I've seen those start, but it's the same thing. When he's come in relief, he's been good. But his line is he's giving up a lot of hits. He's walking a lot of guys. He's getting out of a lot of innings. I think his numbers represent who he is as a pitcher. Like I said, he could easily prove me wrong. I hope he does. I hope he is ready. And I hope he dominates. Tonight, it didn't look like he was ready. He came in. He got ahead of Gurriel right off the bat, 0-2. And he tried to blow a fastball by a major league hitter. And Gurriel just absolutely smoked it. There was a number of other balls, too, that were hit extremely, extremely hard. Listen, I'm rooting for Morales. He's 21 years old. And I hope he proves me wrong. I don't think he is ready. Siphon, I'll admit you're the man, and you got it right, and I won't if he does. Alvarado looked more comfortable and hope he settles in. He's an explosive arm. Yeah, I mean, I talked about Alvarado all offseason. I actually did a show dedicated strictly to Alvarado. We picked him up on waivers from the Pirates. Big arm. Command's been his issue. We'll see. Yeah, his last several appearances look good. You got to also, guys, remember, we're not playing. We're playing super loose. No real pressure right now. But, yeah, we're playing together ball. J.P. Crawford. Wow. Cool, man. J.P. Crawford on an off year. We offloaded him at the perfect time. We got hit. We got rid of Miller at the absolute max. I mean, here's a good comparison, guys. Remember when actually, I'm going to talk about Camilo Doval and the comparison I have to Mason Miller and other closers that I actually covered a little bit today. But I want to touch on that in a little bit up next. Today's episode is brought to you in part by Game Day Hue, and so is this hat I am wearing. For A's fans like me, this one hits the mark. Game Day Hue makes clean, no logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro and college fan base. It's all about letting your colors speak for you. No giant logos, just smart, versatile style that works on game day, on the course, or anywhere in between. I love rocking it on the course. It's subtle, stylish, and I can still rep my team. The hat pairs perfectly with my usual gear. It doesn't replace my team's logo stuff. It just adds to the lineup. I've worn mine at tailgates, tee times, and just out running errands. And I always get compliments. It's the kind of hat that reps your team without screaming it. Subtle, but still says everything. And it's just not the hats. Check out their split shade gloves made for the golf course, or the perfect gift for the fan who has everything. Right now, you can get 15% off with code MLB15 at GameDayHue.com. That's GameDayHue.com. The code even stacks on bundle deals. So now is the time to load up. Let your colors talk, because colors speak louder than words. That's GameDayHue.com, code MLB15. Morales will be a dog, just needs a little tuning. I think so. I think you're right. Hey, 21 years old, young kid. Hopefully Sevy will be pitching like he's been. Now the deadline is past. Me and you both, Gage. Yes, Bill, you've been calling Alvarado for a while. I know, man. I know. You're right. What's up, Sam? Of the three, Houston, Seattle, Texas, Houston has the easier schedule. It's not even close. Houston would have to choke to 500 or below too many times. Who would you go with to win the whole division if you had to pick? Oh, yeah, I think my A's made a great point with Houston. I think they did pretty well at the trade deadline. If I was to pick one right now, and you look at the help Seattle got, Josh Naylor is so underrated. No one really talks about him enough. He is a legitimate middle-of-the-order guy, and they get Suarez too. With that pitching and that bullpen, I'm going to go with Seattle. I think it's their time. Cole Miller. Yeah, Cole Miller, 19-year-old. He's pitching in single A Stockton. I don't know if he pitched today or not, but going in today or last time I checked, he had an ERA low twos. He's come up from the development league. That's a good call. I think 2023 third round pick or something out of high school. Good call, Siphon. I'm with you there. I think he's one of our best young talents. The two young talents you guys got to look at is Cole Miller, who is low A Stockton, and Steven Echavarria. I never say his right name right. And high A Lansing. Two 19-year-olds who was drafted 2 years ago, I believe, in high school. Studs, 19 years old, young. The other guy you got to keep an eye on, who I think is going to be an absolute star, is here's who I'm on, Siphon. I am on Wei En Lin. Wei En Lin right now, who I am on. He is 20 years old, I want to say. Let me double check his age. I think he's going to be a star. 19-year-old, another 19-year-old kid, man. I mean, you look at who we're building. I like it a lot. We have some great closers over the years. Who's my favorite? You're going to go Street? Well, so you got to look. I like Balfour just because it happened to be 2012. And the intensity he brought was something else. He didn't last. So I wouldn't say he's like, your traditional A's long-term closer, kind of a flash in the pan, maybe a little bit like that team. How can't you go Dennis Eckersley, though? If you look at his numbers that he put up, I think it was at 91. I think he had an ERA under 1. I believe he won the MVP and the Cy Young. He was ridiculous. If I had to go with one closer, more in recent time, yeah, Houston Street. Houston Street was really, really good, man. When you really look at his career and what he did for the A's, he had a hell of a time too with the Rockies. He was really good. There was a lot of good closers, man. I don't know if you guys were around this afternoon, but 248 closers in the last 10 years. 248 closers. Only 10 have been for a team for 5 years where they've consistently been a closer. And what I consider a closer is somebody who has 20 plus saves in a year. 20 plus saves in a year. There hasn't been many, man. There hasn't been many. Since 2000, the only guys that have 20 plus saves for 5 consecutive years with one team, Trevor Hoffman, Mariano Rivera, Isringhausen with the Cardinals, Troy Percival with the Angels. Joe Nathan was good. You got to give a lot of credit to Joe Nathan, man, with Minnesota. And then he closed with Texas. He had a good year with Detroit. Bobby Jenks, Jonathan Papelbon, Aroldis Chapman with the Yankees. How about Kenley Jansen with the Dodgers? Emmanuel Clase with the Guardians. Well, can't talk about him right now. But if you really look at closers and the evolution of closers, right? You think about it. Think about Eric Gagne. What an unstoppable guy he was. He only pitched 3 years with the Dodgers. Jonathan Broxton, same thing with the Dodgers. Heath Bell with the Padres. I mean, how many closers were you like, this guy is going to be unbelievable, and just ends up not being much? Camilo Doval, we were talking about him earlier. Camilo Doval, when he was an all-star with the Giants, had the same type of pedigree and the same type of thought around him and hype as Mason Miller. Look at what his trade value was when he went to the Yankees yesterday compared to what we got with Mason Miller. I love Mason Miller, but closers just don't have a lifeline. They haven't, man. 10 closers since 2000 who have been with the same team for 5 years and been that regular closer. That is crazy, man. And that's what we'd expect from Miller. So, Jay Souls, to answer your question, Dennis Eckersley. How can't you? I like Houston Street, though. San Diego Padres fan were pissed about the trade. I think it was the right move for the Padres, man. I think it was the right move for the Padres. The only thing I would be critical with regard to the Padres in that situation is I felt they could have gone out and gave up a lot less for like a Camilo Doval, a Duran, other closers like that who went a Bednard. David Bednard has been awesome. You could make an easy argument that Bednard is much better than Mason Miller. He did pitch well today. Who are we talking about? Lopez or Morales, your guy? When you have pitching pipeline and starters that don't make it to the throat, bingo! You're absolutely right, Journey. You don't draft closers. You don't draft relievers. The idea is to get as many starters as possible. And if they are not set to be a starter, you put them in the pen. And that's what happened with Mason Miller. Mason Miller was drafted as a starter. Booney, how would you improve the A's next year? Well, here's the tough part, Bill, right? You got to remember, the one thing you know about the A's is the spending, right? We're not going to spend. We're going to stick right at that $105 million payroll or whatever it may be next year in order to take advantage of the revenue sharing. We don't have much coming off the books. We have $10 million coming off the books in Leclerc. You got another $2 million coming off the books in Urshela, and $3 million coming off the books in Andahar. I think you have another couple million coming off the books in Seth Brown. So you probably have an additional 20 million or so. I think you have to continue to develop. I think you have to continue to develop who you are. I think with who we have right now, Bill, it's what we're taking with us. I think you got Severino. I think you got Springs. And then you have 3 spots up for grab as far as who you're going to start. I don't know if there's much you can really improve on. I think we had a hell of a draft class. I think the young guys that are going to be the future of this organization is already here. We got to continue to develop and have them continue to play. I don't know how we're going to really improve on the current roster until the Severino money loosens up or until we get to Vegas. Because the one thing that's been a constant theme with this franchise and will continue to be is it is dollars over dingers. Unless he's making money, he's not going to spend. And he's not going to make money in Sacramento. So that's what I see happening over the next couple of years. And I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that plan at all. I think we need to continue to develop. And go with the young guys. But I tell you this much. I like how we've looked. And I like the draft. And I like the moves we've made. RD, 94% of fans are on X are pissed. You know, back to that. I think it was the right move by the Padres. If you're going for, let's put it this way, guys. Prospects are exactly what prospects are. They are who we think they are going to be. They haven't proven a damn thing. There has been a lot more prospects that haven't made it than prospects that have made it. And if you have an opportunity to trade prospects for a proven Major League Baseball closer who's dominant in order to chase a World Series title, you do it. And that's the position the Padres are in. So I think they made the right move. The only thing I would say, like I said earlier, instead of going for a Mason Miller, give up a lot less and go for like a David Bednar. Go for a David Bednar. That's the only difference I would have made. I think Bednar's better. Lynn also is fantastic. Yes. Okay, that's what we're talking about. How does payroll look in the offseason? How much is Fisher going to be forced to pay? Like I just said, he's not. I think we have about 16 million freed up, 17 million from Leclerc, Seth Brown, Miguel Andujar, Urshela, unless you want to. I know you're a big Urshela guy. My age bias. You probably want to re-sign him. But we don't have a lot. Eckersley, oh God, go watch his YouTube videos, J Souls. Oh, you talk about a guy that just painted corners. He threw it anywhere he wanted. Threw it anywhere. Here's an interesting story. So Eckersley was a dominant starter with the Red Sox. He was a starter first. Had a lot of problems with his personal life and huge alcoholic. He became a huge alcoholic after the Red Sox and was basically just lost. Came over to the A's, stopped drinking, and they moved him to a closer role. There's a lot more to the story, obviously, but giving you a little bit of background on Eckersley and how dominant he was, man. I've never seen a better reliever year. Yeah, that's hard to find. You're right, Siphon. Yeah, Blake was good, man. He was really good. You'll support the Padres in the postseason for Miller? As far as the National League, yeah, I do. I like the Padres squad. I like their team. I'll support them for sure. I mean, who am I supposed to support in the National League? You know, the Dodgers. I mean, who else is out there? Milwaukee, I like. I'd like to see Milwaukee win just because they're a similar team to the A's. The other team I want to see, who I'm rooting for, hardcore guys, is the Marlins. I'm all Marlins right now, man. All Marlins. I love Jeremy Geiger over the host of Locked On Marlins. He's into it. They got the kind of similar team the A's have. I'm all in the Marlins. So the second team I'm rooting for right now is the Marlins. All in Marlins. Balfour Rage, exactly. Jim Johnson. Hey, Bill. Jim Johnson had 50 saves and then 51 saves for the Orioles. And the A's signed him, and he was supposed to be the next coming. And Jim Johnson couldn't get a guy out. I mean, hey, Urshela would have hit bombs off Jim Johnson, man. It was bad. AJ Preller's a real GM. Yeah. Hey, Journey, you got to give him credit. And I like the idea. The idea of not wanting to trade prospects is it's the reason you get prospects is for what the Padres did. That's the whole point of prospects. Prospects are exactly what they are, prospects. You get proven Major League Baseball talent. The only criticism I have on what the Padres and Preller did is I felt there were other closers that were comparable, if not better, than Miller that you did not need to give up DeVries for. That's all. That's all. So who broke down fast? Bodie, remember when Bob Gale was kept on years after he kept Dark Bart in the number? Man, we've had some history, man. Yeah, RD. Brett Harris is on the IL again, man. IL again, RD. He can't get off the damn IL. Yes, he's on the IL. IL, yep. Brown got released by the D-backs. He did, huh? Never expect more than the Bears. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right, Bamboo. You're absolutely right, man. Yeah, it is who we are. Pisses me off. It is what it is. I mean, what am I going to do? What are you going to do, guys? You can't control it. It sucks. Yep. It's going to be the bare minimum. If Vegas turns into the gold mine, I think it will be, he'll spend. He'll definitely spend. He comes from that Stanford Business School, the Harvard Business School, where they're taking a certain percentage of the business model and profit and putting it back in the business, etc. Listen, it pisses me off as well, man. You know, I've been highly critical of this ownership group, but to the point where I'm not going to root for the A's or that sort of thing. No. I'm having an absolute blast this year. It's been a fun year of baseball. We got a fun young team. So, but yeah, there are parts of it I hate. It's going to be tough getting free agents unless them sign in Vegas. Imagine being my A's. I agree, man. I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. The one thing this is going to build, though, guys, the one thing is going to build the chemistry. And it reminds me of the 72-74 team. What was great about the 72-74 teams is that team they moved to Oakland together, and they played together for a long period of time. And you look at this team and how it's shaped up, and the kids playing together in the minors, playing from Sacramento, going to Vegas, the three-peat in 72-74, and how this is shaping up to be in Vegas. It has the same feel. It has the same model. And that's kind of cool. It has the same model. So, you know, when I was talking earlier about a dynasty, that's not just gibber. We have the team set up to be, the talent's there, and the chemistry potentially is going to be there as well. Keep them together, man. Let them play together. Let them win together. Let them lose together. Let them grow together. So I'm okay with this team hitting the field next year together. Brian Fuentes wasn't bad. Brian Fuentes, now as an A, pretty bad. With Colorado, he was good. Why do the Dodgers always have one of the best minor league systems in baseball the last 50 years? I don't know. I don't know. Bill, I could give you some BS answer. I don't know. They do a hell of a job, don't they? They do a hell of a job. Yeah, they do. Every year. I don't know the answer to that. There's another Octavio Dotel, 1-year wonder. Boney, what percentage of Bay Area people believe the conspiracy theory that Vegas? God, I mean, all of them. I would say, honestly, about 90%, 95% maybe. You got to remember, that's all that's on the news. That's all everyone believes, man. It's because of your boys, RD. It's because of your pal, Vital Vegas, RD. I know you guys are buddies. And so it's crazy, man. And it's just, I mean, how they're calling this stuff make-believe. I mean, they're sure going out of their way to be make-believe. I'll tell you that. I don't know. It's just, it's a wild, the Bay Area is a wild place, guys. And I'll be honest. I think, and this is not a knock on the Bay Area, so I want to make this clear. I think the Bay Area, as far as sports, compared to the rest of the country now, is one of the worst places for sports. And that's not a knock on them. It's just because there's a lot of other things to do in the Bay Area as well. It's a big place. It's expensive. There's a lot of other things to worry about than the sports. Traffic sucks. Anyway, Huggins, High A Lansing. High A Lansing is where Huggins is. 2023 JUCO. 4th rounder for the Reds, I believe. Throws hard. It's good. I don't know how good he's going to be, though, Jern. He's in High A Lansing. Tomorrow, I have a good chance, though, of getting, I'm working on getting, I've been back and forth with the messaging, is the announcer, Jesse Goldberg. I forget his full name. He is the play-by-play for the Lansing Lugnuts, where everybody's at right now. And I'm trying to get him on the show tomorrow to get an insight of DeVries and Huggins and all his other feelings as far as what's going on. And the other guy no one's talking about right now is who barely pitches for some reason is who's my boy? Gustavo Rodriguez. He pitched yesterday too. He pitched terrible. 1 inning. He actually allowed a hit. No runs though. I could see why Trinan was filth. Yeah, I remember that, man. Yeah, Bamboo, you're right, man. Octavio did pass away earlier. Yeah. For sure, Flea. Sac Vibe is way better. It is, huh? I'm glad. I don't know if it's a true baseball town. I'm not there with you. I mean, it's tough. You know what I was disappointed in, Senior, was in SAC was when Nick Kurtz got announced for his first time back into Sacramento. I thought the reception was half-assed, to be honest, but that was on TV. I could be wrong. I think I lived in Sacramento for a year and a half. I had season tickets to the Kings. I thought that it's a phenomenal sports town. And I don't think the A's have done a real good job of adopting the city. Oakland hasn't been good baseball town in years. No, Oakland has a lot of other problems, man. Oakland has another problem. Here's what's the crazy part about the whole thing with the Oakland fans and everything. It's like everybody. So Oakland, obviously, everything you hear as far as the struggles it goes through, it's rough. It's rough. And I feel bad for the city of Oakland and the people that live there. The crazy part is the people that you hear complain. No one lives in the city of Oakland. They all live in surrounding cities such as San Ramon, Pleasanton, Alamo, Danville. I could go on and on. And those cities have average home median prices of $1.7, $1.8 million, somewhere in that range. So what you see as far as, hey, we're fighting for Oakland and this and that, and it's a different story than what's actually taking place, man. And listen, that's no knock on anybody, but it does show a different picture that's going on. Anyway, I'm not going to get on that rampage, that's for sure. As long as the A's stay in the Bay Area, they would have always been the Giants' little brother. Yeah, I agree with you, Bill. It would have been, man. And that's the thing, man. RD, I had Ken Korak on. He was on a few months back, just before the season in spring training. Korak was on. He was awesome, man. He was a cool dude. Korak was on. Yeah. That's the thing. I had season tickets to the Warriors. I never had season tickets to the A's just because it was hard to commit to 81 games of getting season tickets, and getting singles was just a lot easier. But yeah, to me, it's such a bunch of BS, because when I was going to those Warrior games and the A's games, no one gave two damns about the A's. It was always the Raiders. Oakland was always the Raiders. Always. Hardcore Warrior. And they were really good Warrior fans too. Unbelievable Warrior fans as well. But when it came to the A's, no. Senior, Booney is a true baseball town. All right. Yeah, I mean, they packed it in there when it was called, what was it? Raleigh Field? Yeah, they haven't accepted the A's because everyone's telling them to hate the A's. Yeah. I know, man. Yeah. Glenn Kuiper seems like a good guy as long as he stays away from us. Stop. Come on. No comment, man. But I'm starting to feel a grassroots for me. If they win next year, people will get into it. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Senior comes down to winning, right? People's feelings to our franchise really change real quick, and ownership doesn't really matter too much once you're winning. In the 80s, the A's ruled the Bay Area. I wouldn't know about that. Late 80s. You got to remember 85 or mid 80s, it was Giants still, right? You had 85, 86. The Giants made that run. Will Clark was a sensation when he first signed with the Giants. So I think it was more Giants. Now, of course, late 80s, you had Canseco, the Bash Brothers, Ricky, Eckersley, Stewart, all those guys. And that was something else for sure. The early 80s, they were both kind of blah. Sure, you had Billy Ball and Billy Martin and Ricky going for setting the single season stolen base record. But both teams didn't win. The A's did get to the playoffs, the strike shortened year. Remember, they had the first half and the second half winners and that whole deal. But I wouldn't say the 80s were the A's. More mid 80s probably was the Giants. Early 80s, if you were to give someone, I'd say the A's. If you look at attendance in 74, about attendance, it's been. Attendance is well documented. No question. Yeah. Like I said, guys, I've lived here my whole life, and I've gone, I don't know how many times, taking that Hagenberger exit and going to Warrior games with season tickets. And I wasn't a Raider guy, but I was a Warriors and A's guy. And they were big time. It was always the Raiders number one by far. And the Warriors, they were crazy about as well. Not the A's. Not the A's, not ever, man. I don't care what nobody says. The A's won too. I don't care what anybody says. The A's were always the coolest, and I feel the Giants fans know that too, will never admit it. The big thing with the A's, what got me with the A's was a couple things. Was Billy Martin, the kicking of the dirt. He was charismatic. He came from the Yankees. And then the second thing was the DH, right? The DH was a big deal back then. I hated the pitcher hitting. especially with the Giants. They were so bad. By the time you got to the 7th guy in the order, it was like you guys had guys that couldn't hit. And then, of course, Ricky and trying to get the steal record. That was awesome. And that's what kind of got me hooked. Sacramento accepting these for 3 years. It's like accepting a spouse for 3 years. You know, Evan. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to end it on that note, man. Bill, I think I'm going to have to end it on that note. You know, just how popular we are worldwide, guys. Really, Jay Souls? I wouldn't know that. Thanks for keeping us going after the season looks lost. Hey, thank you guys. You guys have kept me going, man. I'm having a freaking blast with you guys. It's been fun, man. You know, RD, I think you said it the other day. I think you put it in perfect perspective. You said it was one of the most fun seasons you've had watching baseball. And that's how it is with the A's. It is fun. It is frustrating. But it's the A's, man. It's the A's. There's always something different with regard to them, man. It's cool. It's cool, man. I like how they've developed rosters. I like how they've won. And for me, I wouldn't want it any other way. I've never wanted your flashy free agents. I've wanted to win how the A's have won. It's been fun, man. And it's thanks to get people like you, man. Anyway, till tomorrow. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on the national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Hey, appreciate all you guys, man. Thank you so much. It's been fun getting a few wins and having a good laughs. Hey, and we'll put this one up just to end it. Take care, guys.